Steve, how do you reflect on what you've seen today?
Well, it's funny really, because we actually played some better football in some moments in the first half than we did in the second. Probably just globally, we had more determination about us in the second half. I thought that we had a game of football with them for 20 odd minutes. I thought it was a good game as well. You know, if I think about that first 20 minutes, we were the better team. Then all of a sudden they get a goal, and look, you know, we don't want that to become a habit, but a quick goal has sort of affected us again from a mistake. You know, I mean, Robbie Cundy's been excellent since I've been here, and he's made like 2 mistakes in the last 2 games now, really, where he knows on that one there, he knows what he's done wrong. What he's done is just tried to speed up that ball across the back, but it wasn't really on. But I understand why he did it, but it was just the wrong decision. So that sticks us on the back foot, really. Their finishes have been incredible. You know, we're talking about a good few £1 million that those goals are worth. And, you know, you'll probably see in a short space of time probably a couple of those players, you know, there's already been bids in for them, I know that. And, yeah, they're going to be going for big money soon. We haven't got that, so we always knew we were going to be up against it today. Their top end of the pitch, they've got some good players, really good players. So we always knew that was going to be a tough game for us anyway, you know. But I thought the lads worked incredibly hard. I haven't got any gripes with them really. We knew what we were coming up against today. Just for me, a little bit more determination in the second half, that I thought we ended up starting to win those duels that we never won enough of them on in the first half. And it's funny because I think they sniffed it as well, because their team started getting bigger, and then our team started getting smaller. So, but you know, we kept going to the end, and I think it's really, really difficult when you go in 3-0 down at half time to a team, because you're thinking, I know the lads deep down, they'll be thinking in their head that we're not scoring 4 goals against these because we've already played really well and not got a goal. The goal helped us. What we needed to do was try and get another one. But I'll tell you what, you know, they have done some distance today, and some of their high-speed running, they are really, really going to be sore on Monday. So really, when we look at this one being, I suppose, the back end of our pre-season, it was a great game for us. A really, really good game against a good team.
As you say, you must have been happy with the reaction second half.
Yeah.
You know, when you're 3-0, as you say, when you're 3-0 down, you never know what can happen.
I was happy with them in the first half. What you have to bear in mind is anyone at any time can make a mistake. So that's that. That can happen. And there's nothing I can do about that. Probably other than the player making a better decision on that God-given moment. But if you have a look at the finishes, I mean...
Ruthless, weren't they?
Well, I mean, they don't... You know, 2 of them are postage stamp. So... You know, I don't care who's in goal. You don't save them. You know, they're unbelievable shots. I've been behind them. They're unbelievable strikes. And that top end of the pitch, you know, we're talking a few million for them players. That's what we're talking. So, you know, yeah, there's not a lot we can do about that. But
as you say, if you could have got a second, I mean, Joe had the save, and Ben nearly got through, and there were a couple, weren't there?
It's funny because
you never know, do you?
No. Well, it's funny because one dropped to George after he'd scored, and he shot when I think he should have passed. And then the next one, he's probably got in his head, I should have passed that. So the next one, he should have shot, but he's passed it. So it's funny, you never know what's going through players' minds. They when they make a mistake, invariably they know. So then it's about making sure you don't make another mistake on the back of it. So the 2 quick goals were really painful for us. And then the pitch becomes even bigger. But you know, we've played that was a tough game for them. They haven't had that easy today. And they've got some good players. And we've gone and pressed them. We haven't gone and sat in. We haven't gone into a back 5. We haven't gone and played 5-4-1. We haven't done anything like that. You know, we've gone after them all game. And I think that was good, because it's what we want to do.
Good to get the 2 young lads out there, Kirsten and Favour.
Yeah. I mean, look, you know, at the end of the day, we're going to try and make some subs and try and get everybody out and give everybody a little bit of a run if we could. And we tried to do that, and sometimes you're jigging it around. You know, sometimes before, you know, people say, oh, why don't you make a sub earlier? Well, I'll tell you why, because when you make a sub earlier, you end up like messing up any momentum that you may have in the game. But I wasn't too worried about messing up any momentum today, because at any God-given time, they could have broke. If you have a look at their goals were from like fast breaks or interceptions. Yeah. So that turnover of the ball, when you're playing these guys, it can be very painful when they can, the hardest thing is when someone can sprint more than you.
And the same with bringing Will on for Joe, just to give him a few minutes, get him out there. He made some good saves, didn't he?
No, I thought he made 2 great saves. The other one that he got a hand on, we just spoke about that he was by his near post and he got a hand on and he got it away, but really probably should have got it away with the other hand, maybe because that shot could have maybe beaten him at the near post. So if he ends up having a touch with that hand, it can hit him on the side of his hand and it can end up in the back of the net. I think Will's going to be a really, really good goalkeeper, and I just think he looks like he's not being coached perhaps for a longer period of time by somebody, and I just think he has all the attributes. The save that he made down to his left, great strong arm, great save, and he doesn't mind having the ball at the back there. He's quite comfortable to put his foot on it and all that. I think when he settles in, I think he's going to be a real asset to the club.
And a tough decision for you next Saturday, which one to start, I guess, between him and Joe?
Well, it'll be a tough decision. It was a tough decision to who I played today. It was a tough decision to who I played last week. So, part and parcel of the job, the tough decisions. And, I don't say it's easy to do it. I don't actually like it, because invariably, your tough decisions mean you're going to let somebody down. But that's how it is. It's a long season. And, I hope that I get the starting 11 right next week for all of our sakes, players included, and included those who won't start next week. I hope I get it right. And we'll see where we go. But it's a long season. That's why you need a squad. And I think we've done really well so far in this summer. It's been really, really tough. Lots of hours spent that people don't see. But yeah, I like the look of us.
A couple more in, as we've said, with Kirsten and Favour. How's that looking now? Is it to get a few more? There's still more in the pipeline?
Yeah.
Could there be something before next Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay.
There could be another one. Then I need to let the squad breathe again. I need that. We've got enough time, You don't want to, be going around the supermarket and getting everything from every aisle. You just got to make sure that you go and pick the ones that you want to pick, and then at the right price.
And you bought two sort of attacking players in. You said you wanted a striker or a winger. So are you looking in other areas now, or is that still front area still where you're looking?
I don't know yet, Mark.
One more question. As we stand here now, what does a good season look like for you? Where what do you feel a good season would look like as we stand here now a week away?
Most people who know me will know now I'll lie through my back teeth. So where did we finish last year? 18th. So better than 18th, if possible.
Thanks.